Hello again, friends. Today's lesson focuses on another bilateral covenant, that of God and the Israelites just before the death of Moses and just before going into the Promised Land. It was a pivotal moment in their journey because they had stood in the same place 40 years earlier. And now they could either make the same mistake as their parents or they could move forward. This is where God comes in with His covenant. Choose life with me and be blessed, or choose life away from me and be cursed. As with all bilateral contracts, let's try to examine or understand the consideration or motivation in this covenant. The Bible is very clear. Deuteronomy 28 verses 9 to 13 states that God wanted to establish the Israelites as the holy people to Himself. He said that all the peoples of the earth would see that they are called by the name of the Lord. They would bless other nations, and the people of God would be the head, not the tail. They would be above and not beneath. It seems that God didn't only want to bless the Israelites themselves, but to reach out to all the peoples of the earth through Israel. Even though we don't perfectly understand God with our limited minds, we can try to get to know Him through these covenants. And what we're starting to pick up on is God's selflessness. He just wants what is best for us, to bless us and others through us. What's in it for Him? Our love and obedience toward Him. You may argue, well, that's manipulative because that's like telling a kid if they do everything their parents tell them to, they'll get a prize. Sure, let's go with that example. A parent tells their child to go to bed every night at their bedtime. But the child typically drags it out and ends up sleeping an hour or two later than their bedtime. How is the child going to behave the next day? What happens if this happens regularly? The child will be chronically sleep deprived of 1 or 2 hours per night, and as a result, more cranky, more sleepy, lethargic perhaps, struggling to focus at school, and many other problems. So was the parent being manipulative with their child in telling them to go to bed every night at their regular bedtime? No. The parent was simply able to foresee what would happen if their child didn't respect what their body needed. It was in the child's best interest to follow their parents' instruction. Our God is like a parent who can foresee way beyond what we could possibly imagine our lives would look like. He invites us to live within those boundaries of what is in our best interest long term. Now, we are not living in the desert, nor about to go into the Promised Land like the Israelites in the Old Testament, but we do have the choice to follow God's instructions and obedience, or disobey and go our own way. So what will you choose today? That's our nugget for today. I'll see you tomorrow.